Popular talk show host Wendy Williams was recently hospitalized after a positive COVID-19 test, but not for COVID, for quote, psychiatric issues. In the past couple of years, Wendy has been through it. She passed out live on screen. She was diagnosed with Graves' disease, which can cause extreme anxiety. She was in rehab briefly. Her mama died. She has a highly publicized divorce. She's talked about being raped in the past, family problems. And it looks like this COVID test was clearly the last straw for her. My question to you guys is, when it comes to mental health, what is too much? Let's start with Robbie.
It's that's subjective. Very definitely subjective. The straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, you can keep piling on until it's just that one thing that sets you off. It could be something asinine like someone getting your coffee order wrong, someone not moving fast enough when the light changes. So it's just keep in mind that COVID, the pandemic, has really taken its toll on everyone, and you need to be mindful that not that everyone is not at their best, including you.
Lizzie?
I honestly don't know all of the details about what's going on with Wendy, but in addition to what everything that Neo said that she's gone through, I would say over the past decade and her entire life, she's also a former drug addict, okay, for years. And so we don't know how those chemicals, how those drugs affected her brain, affected her body, affected the way she's thinking, the way she processes things. So I would say for Wendy, I personally don't know what's too much, but I do think, given, like Neil said, everything that she's gone through over the past year, 2 years, I think maybe it's time to just take a break, you know, hit the pause button and
Mm-hmm.
reassess and reassess.
Gianni?
I think that when you find yourself not listening to yourself, like when you find that little voice in your head not saying that things are overwhelming and you're not listening to that voice, then that's when things have become too much mentally.
Yeah.
But speaking for Wendy specifically, I feel like despite her like drug habits, she has been a successful TV host for years. So I feel like she can handle a lot. But like Rob said, the straw that broke the camel's back, it was just a little bit of something else that caused that psych trip.
Now this issue kind of like hit home for me because I had several times where I've been overwhelmed by back-to-back horrible things happening to me. There was one time I had a pulmonary embolism, my dog died, I was completely messed up after dealing with a miscarriage, having job issues, relationship issues. I remember just cracking and crying uncontrollably for like an hour, and it took me a while to recover and try to find that goodness to look forward to. So I personally can't imagine what she's going through. I mean, it's got to be tough.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah.
lonely. She doesn't really have people
Mhm.
around her
Yeah.
besides her son.
Yeah.
I would
And
say her
no
son.
anonymity. It's she's going through it publicly.
And just to let our audience know, we do have our after show after the show where we may talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah, I may get more candid about Miss Wendy's loneliness during the after show.
All right, Robbie.